People snore as they get older. I mean, I'm 50 now, so I'm pretty ancient, and a lot of my friends have said to me, well, I know I snore because my wife has said you snore and has often just moved out or gone back to mother or whatever. Apparently I snore sometimes, but of course I don't know because I'm asleep. Very occasionally, if you fall asleep somewhere slightly inappropriate, like on a partly reclined aeroplane seat, or even just, I don't know, watching the telly and your head falls back on the back of the sofa, you do wake yourself up with a sudden snore. I'm sure everybody's done that. You're falling asleep and you go like that, and you make this awful pig noise, and then you wake up and you pretend that you had something up your nose. But the fact is you fell asleep and you snored. The interesting thing about snoring is that people snore when they're asleep, obviously, because they are relaxed, and also they don't realise they're doing it. But are there any people who snore when they're awake? Are there any people whose breathing is just sort of... There must be. There must be some people with really flappy mouths that just snore constantly. That'd be worse than having unending hiccups, wouldn't it? Do I know any famous people that snore? Well, I haven't slept with any famous people recently, but I'm sure famous people aren't immune to this sort of thing. The Queen may well snore as well, and fart. I mean, she must do, otherwise she'd explode. She's only human. Famous people snoring? Probably. I mean, I do know someone, if I'm honest, who's had the operation done on his throat because apparently he snored appallingly and his wife just wanted to kill him. He said it was very uncomfortable afterwards. Basically, you've had your throat sliced up, and he's never told me whether or not it works. If it didn't, I could imagine he's quite depressed because it would have cost a lot of money, no doubt, and it would have been very uncomfortable, and he would have had to have eaten tepid, finely liquidized soup and warm milk. He'll have had to, oh God, awful. And he probably still snores and his wife still hates him. This is why men have sheds, somewhere to snore in peace.
Do you sleep on your back?
No, I tend to sleep in a sort of very timid, defensive, fetal position. I don't know what that means. I'm sure the trick cyclists will tell me that says something very important about my inner self. I don't know what it is. I just find it more comfortable. Some dogs snore, don't they? You get animals that snore. Purring in cats is almost like a sort of snoring, isn't it? A very controlled... Because I've got two cats. Well, my missus has got two cats, which I have to tolerate. But one of them purrs very deeply, and then he almost sort of chokes on his own purr. So he's going... And then he goes... like that, as if he swallowed his own tongue. He is thick, though. Honestly, his brain is the size of a split lentil at best, and probably made of the same stuff. He can barely walk, he's so stupid. My girlfriend has said to me, "You're snoring," and I say, "No, I'm lying here reading my book," and I think I'm reading my book. But I must be asleep and dreaming I'm reading the book and actually making a snoring noise because I'm lying on my back. This is all a bit personal, isn't it, really? Do you really want to put this on YouTube?